Welcome back to the Coach Cameron podcast. This is episode 525. So Zlatan blasts the biggest problem with soccer in America, the pay-to-play system, talking to GQ Italy. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is just saying what we're all thinking and often talking, writing, and complaining about. Soccer in America is broken because of one key aspect, pay-to-play. And Ibrahimovic has left the United States, trading Beverly Hills for Milan after 1.5 years with the LA Galaxy. But this time in America, it left a mark on the Swedish striker. So Zlatan talks in this article. He talks about everything in America that he likes, and he's very conflicted on a lot of things he's talking about. So he's talking about first, he's talking about I don't like credit cards. I got to tip a lot of people, and I don't have cash on hand. Well, go to the freaking bank, man. Get a thought. That whatever. And he talked about his neighbors. He liked it that he didn't have his neighbors bother him. At the same time, he wished he'd say hello. It's not friendly. The malls where you go to the mall, it's full of AC. That no one really interacted with each other. It wasn't like going to European pubs and having a conversation with people, and there wasn't enough passion, and I see all that, but he's conflicted. He likes it and he doesn't. But the one thing he wasn't conflicted on was, and he didn't have any like if or ands or buts or what have yous, the pay to play system in America. Let's get right to that. I'm just scrolling down through the article. I'm gonna read you. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, like many Europeans and South American football players, did not grow up wealthy. Soccer was an equalizer for him and countless others in Europe, where everyone has access to the game at a minimal cost. In the U.S., it is the opposite. Only those who can afford exorbitant fees are able to play soccer in America. Sure, there are a few scholarships here and there for those families without thousands of dollars at hand for their kids to play soccer, but that's the exception, not the norm. So, I come from poverty. Not poverty in America, poverty, and soccer saved me. Soccer got me into college. Soccer got me to be the first college graduate in my family. It got so many things for me because of the game. And I was an athlete. I was a 3-sport athlete. I played football, soccer, and track. And I chose a sport where I was the most athletic, which was soccer. But I loved the game. I loved it because I was good at it. I wasn't technical though. And I wanted to be technical. I wanted it so bad, but I had no clue how to do it. You couldn't get pickup games. Other than my friend Hajduk, who was Polish. He actually took me to a park on a lot of Sundays to do pickup with the Polish players. And they were so technical. I was just fast. And I knew they couldn't stand playing with me because I would, work really hard just to compete, but I couldn't connect passes. And it was interesting, but there was pickup, a lot of pickup, but it was Polish, African leagues, Hispanic, those things. But I was doing that in high school. I remember in high school, because I wanted to learn technique so bad, there's an Italian that opened up a pizzeria, and we went to eat, lunch there one time, and I was 16 years old, and he was from Italy, and we started talking soccer, and he goes, a month ago he was somewhere in Europe, and he was playing on a foot of snow, and now he's in Phoenix, Arizona, and I asked him, like, will you train me? And he said he would. So he would train me, and he didn't really, there's not much he could do for me. He's trying to help me do certain things better. He knew without telling me, to work on like how to really just feint and just serve balls in, and just he's trying to teach me things, but I wasn't able to grasp any of it because I had no foundation. I would spend hours on juggling, hours, because that's all I knew. You go juggle, not moves or anything like that. I just I developed the technique I developed because my work ethic and through playing. I probably learned more technique playing professional soccer in indoor with a bunch of internationals. That's probably the most I learned in my 20s, which is sad. I didn't have it. Didn't know where to get it, and I was just in that situation. Even it was sad, and I wish I was in that environment because I would have done well because I was athletic. So the article goes on to say, it's absurd to ask a millionaire, Zlatan was the highest paid player in the MLS at $7.2 million, to pay that much for his kids to play soccer, let alone the average American family. It speaks to the root of the problem of soccer in the U.S. Only the wealthiest are allowed to play on the best teams, and those who could become stars instead often have to find a path to playing professionally. There's a reason you rarely see a true rags to riches story about soccer in America. I dislike it very much because not everyone has the money needed, and the sport should be something for everyone because it unites people of whatever origin. Ibrahimovic continued. Pele became a champion without anything. He played with a ball made of rags. Football is the finest sport in the world. Of course, anyone knows anything about soccer in the U.S. has long known this is a problem. The question is, when is anyone going to do anything about it? So that's a great question. When is anyone going to do anything about it? But I want to talk about culture and how that is the number one structure for development in soccer. And I want to let's talk about Ibrahimovic. I'm going to show you a video. He is featured on this YouTube. Just listen.
It's not the whole story, because of course where I came from, when we were playing, it was about like playing beautiful, best skills, put between the legs, make a fool of your opponent, because where I came from, the neighborhood was rough, and it was all about doing those things. Who was number one in that? And it was not about scoring goals.
And let's pause it there. So it's he comes from a different culture where it was respected for embarrassing someone with the ball. Where in America, in the pay-to-play system, not everywhere, I'm not saying every pocket of America, but in the pay-to-play system, DA, who's no longer, now it's MLS, Academy with US, it's same freaking thing, same people. Coaches will ridicule you for dribbling. I remember I went to a GCU camp, and this coach isn't there anymore, but at this GCU camp, the kids were dribbling. My son was trying to dribble and showcase himself. I mean, he's 10 at the time. And the coach was saying, stop dribbling so much. You'll get destroyed. We'll break your legs, kind of thing. And I'm like, what the? My son was telling me that. I'm like, never listen to that coach again. You're 10. Be creative. Do those. We are so tactical oriented. So even the players that are technical, when they're in the pay-to-play system, the coaches will destroy them. It's horrible. You know what the biggest crime in soccer in America is? The destruction of the technical player. Mainly in Arizona, what I see, the Hispanic player. So what will happen is these top pay-to-play clubs will, because they need a win, or the coach, can't be coach anymore because parents will complain and throw a fit. Well, you paid money, you better win. We'll go after Hispanic players, the top players over there, bring them on over and take them away from what they love. I've seen it time and time again. I've seen players when they're like 10, 11, 12, shoot 8, 9, 10. I mean, just dribble the ball, beating 7 players and scoring goals repeatedly. And then as soon as they get, the parents get sucked into this scholarship, into the pay-to-play club where it's all system, because you have to play system in an environment that's manufactured. When I say manufactured, that means the players that are not from the culture of soccer, they don't love the game. They play it because they're good at it, I guess. They are fake. They're not real. They're not natural. They're just kind of, they can handle the ball under pressure. They're not creative whatsoever, but they're athletic or whatever, and they can contribute. When you bring a technical player with manufactured players that can survive the game but really can't think out of the box, it's no fun for those Hispanic players. But those Hispanic players stay in there because it's free and it's paid for, but they're losing their culture, they're losing the game, they're losing their development, and they go from one of the top players in the state to average because they're not big and fast enough. They're not allowed to dribble. They can't do those things. So if we could create a national team out of California, in LA, all Hispanic would beat our national team. No doubt. It would beat our youth teams. No doubt in my mind. Because they're different. I've seen Hispanic teams in LA play, and they've been amazing for years. And it's run by some dad. I remember when I was at regionals, I was in the regional championship, back when competition was real, not fake, where you won one state champion and you went to regionals, and we played in Region 4, and we're playing Cal South in the final. And they go up 3-0 at half. I'm just Hispanic, just boom, boom, boom. They would show up, no warm-up, with the radio. Back in the day when you hold up there, with radio, with just Hispanic music. They didn't have their shoes tied. It's like they didn't have a care in the world. They knew what they were doing. And they went up 3-0. And their coach had to be one of their dads, and they were amazing. They went to nationals. We ended up losing 3-2. I mean, this was U19. We were good. We had a lot of university players on this team. We were stacked. But we didn't have the culture or the technical ability that they had. I mean, we were good, but not like them. They were called the Chili Peppers, and they were amazing. But it was run by some dad, and there's no discipline. They knew what they're doing. They're going to go play soccer. We don't take advantage of that talent at all. At all. We take a different kind of advantage over them. We ruin them. We steal them from the clubs they're from, and then we make them play the pay-to-play system with manufactured players, if that makes any sense to you. They're manufactured. They're not real. And it's not fun. Me, today, I'm an extremely technical player right now. I'm stupid technical. Go to my YouTube channel and look there. I'm crazy technical. I can do anything with the ball now, but I'm in my 40s. I hate soccer. Like if I play in an indoor league or something, if I'm not playing with technical players, I just won't do it. Screw that. It's no fun. Why would I want to play? Soccer sucks. And for years as a coach at Phoenix College, and I just figured it out, a year ago. Just, not even that. It's a year that I need to stop coaching and just manage. I already have the talent. I have every advantage at Phoenix College. Every advantage. I have the top Hispanic players that were forgotten and not recruited because they're playing on pay-to-play programs. And I take them to Phoenix College and I let them be Hispanic. I let them play their game. And when they do, they're amazing. They're beautiful. I have every advantage. The Hispanic players here, like the kids on my team, they play the game all the time. They play in 6v6 leagues, 11v11 tournaments. They are playing 5-6 times a week. In addition, what we do at PC, it is crazy. They play. It's their culture. They love the game. And all I had to do as a coach is get them on the field and let them be them and not try to coach and tell them how to do all the tactics and stuff. Just put the best players on the field, leave them alone. It's the best thing I ever did. It'll win. Yeah, we played Grand Canyon University in the spring, and my pregame talk, I kid you not, was this. And we didn't practice. We got up early at 6 a.m. every 3 times a week. We did play futsal, but there's no coaching. There's no tactics. We just had fun, and we tried to keep the kids accountable and try to teach them the importance of fitness and stuff like that. And then we go and show up at Grand Canyon University where it's different kind of structure over there. It's very, very coached and very professional and taken care of. They're doing it like every other NCAA program. And we show up, and here my pre-game talk was, be Mexican, and I got out and didn't say a word. We ended up tying 2-2. We're up 2-0 at half, but we could have easily won that game 4-5. We had the ball the whole time. It was different. It was different. I got in the way. And that's what's happening in this country. Too many coaches in this country, in the youth soccer game in particular, get in the way. Can't do this. Got to do this. Got to. All the coaches should do is yell at the parents to shut up. Leave the kids alone. Let them try. Let them, and focus on a different thought process of celebrating when a kid put the ball through someone's legs and stuff. And I've seen it in the Hispanic community. I've seen it. And there's confusion in the Hispanic community too with the Hispanic teams. They try to play like the pay-to-play clubs versus let them be Hispanic and being creative. They do. They ruin it for them. They do. Don't be like them. Be you. You have the advantage. You can't compete with manufactured soccer trying to be manufactured, get the ball out wide, hit down the line, cross it in, let the 9 score, play to the 9, lay it off 10, shot. And what? Shut up. Just be your culture, play the game. I don't know if any of that made sense, but those are my thoughts today. Thank you, Zlatan, getting everyone heated up again about what's going on. I would have really appreciated if you would share this episode. Just share. Would it kill you? Or buy a mug. Buy a t-shirt. You can contribute that way. If you're too scared to share this episode to your friends or whatever, you can just buy a t-shirt or socks. But I'd rather you just share it. I don't need you to buy those things, but you can. I got my shirt. I got my stuff. Share this episode. Spread the word that we have problems, but it can be fixed. We just got to think. Peace.